Good afternoon. My name is Brianna Rush, and today I will be discussing mental illness. A mental illness is a health condition that can affect an individual's mood, thinking, or behavior. Those illnesses may include anxiety disorder, post-traumatic disorders, psychotic disorders, and schizophrenia, only to name a few. Mental illness does not discriminate. It can affect anyone regardless of your age, your gender, your income, social status, race, ethnicity, religion, and spiritual, sexual orientation, background, or aspect of cultural identity. For years, many individuals believe or other experts mental illness synonyms with violence. News report and media continue to add fire to the stigma, and psychiatric disorder may affect the individual more prone towards violence. Although it had been reported on a number of occasions that individuals who suffer from mental illness are violent, dangerous, or deranged, mental health and violence are not synonyms. When discussing someone who suffers a mental illness, what is the first thing that comes to your mind? Mm. Many use the words such as crazy, deranged, or insane. There are many different misinterpretations of these individuals. Many actors and actresses in movies or on television portray mental illness as dangerous or involved in violence. Movies such as The Silence of the Lambs portrayed the characters as insane. However, men who was extremely violent and dangerous. This is just one of the 100 movies that shows a person in danger and negative view. The stereotypes have a major influence in public. What individual sees can be an impact on what he or she believes causing discriminate against those individuals. However, variables such as substance abuse, dramatic variables, and stressors play a role in violence. There are many television shows that portray mental illness in a role of violence. There are many television shows that have them confused. Television shows help to reinforce the stigma and stereotype that people who are mentally ill are violent. Some may be true, some may not be true. Today, our very own presidents put the idea of individuals who live in mental illness being violent and dangerous. The portrayal and statement about these individuals are hypocritical. These are numerous concerning mental illness and violence. Many individuals believe that people that suffer from mental illness are unpredictable and violent. Some myths include individuals with mental illness are more likely than others to portray violent crimes. There are causes of gun violence, and individuals with bipolar disorders, schizophrenia have a high risk of committing crimes. However, people with mental illness are no more likely to be violent than others. In fact, people with severe mental illness are over 10 times more likely to be victims of violent crimes than the general population. 1 out of 4 individuals with a mental illness can be experienced violence within a year. There is no evidence that states that people who live with mental illness are more violent than others, making the link between the two inclusive. Over 20 to 25 years percent of Americans experience symptoms of mental illness at a point of his or her life, no matter who the individual is. Like others, the individual who suffer from mental illness can live a productive life. In the wake of unspeakable crime, many start to believe that the person who commits the crime is someone who has a mental illness. However, when someone makes an assumption, his or her assumption, about mental illness and violence, it is only true and unfair to those who live within the disorder. However, continues to create a stigma. One should be grouped into a category: dangerous individuals. Organizations such as National Alliance of Mental Illness work to reduce the stigma that is related to the mental health. It's a nationwide organization founded in 1977 that presents the individual. However, it is an organization that ensures each individual receives the important information needed. NAMIS goal is to encourage others not to portray mental illness in a negative way in the media. When mental illness is immediately linked nightmarish episodes of violence, a dark barrier of stigma is built upon between individuals with mental illness and society. When discussing mental illness, one must not relate to its violence. Many of those individuals live peaceful lives. People must think about how portrayal it is to stereotype these individuals. Although there have been a number of reports that the individual with mental illness commit crimes, are dangerous and deranged, mental illness is not synonyms to violence. That's the end of my speech. Thank you, and I hope you enjoyed.